Oh, I can't wait for muskie season. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. The muskie just porpoised up there. Where the bass? I just want one before I start this video. I have to put a jerk bait on instead of this crankbait. Alright, I think we're just gonna have to get after some walleyes here. There's a fish. Calm down. There we go, first fish of the year, finally. Oh. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, first fish of the year. I wish it was a bass. I wish it wasn't this small, but oh, he's gonna throw hooks at me so bad. I need my things here. All right, my first fish of the season right there. Little slimy northern. It is what it is, but at least we got him out of the net. At least we caught a fish. Oh, that felt good. Finally get on the board for this year. But let's talk about what we're doing this morning. If I can get this bait out of the net. This is the worst part, fishing alone. All right, let's talk about what we're doing this morning, shall we? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode. Today is an incredible day. Look how beautiful this is. I finally got the skunk out of the boat, so that's a huge win. But let's talk about what we're doing today. We are trying to catch some walleyes. I should have started already, but I really wanted to get the skunk out of the boat before we went and did that. So now we got to shoot up the lake and hit up one of these sandbars. But we're talking specifically about how to catch walleyes in a crunch time, right? Like, I only have 3 hours to fish today, and then I have to go to work. So I woke up this morning, got out here early, and I'm fishing. How do I catch some walleyes? There's like 4 things you should really concentrate on when it comes to crunch time fishing, no matter what you're fishing for, and then, you know, like me, walleyes specifically. 1, get out of your comfort zone. Make sure you're going to a lake that has numbers. Don't go to your local lake that you know you've caught walleyes on before and the numbers are low, but you know where to catch them. Because if they're not biting that day, you may be SOL. So you want to make sure to go to a close lake, because like I said, you're on a time crunch, that has the most numbers. So opportunity is definitely the number one thing you want to concentrate on. Make sure to be using, I've shown it before, but like fisheries surveys to decide where to go. So I have these books for Wisconsin, they look like this. And then Minnesota's got a really good website, but you can find fisheries lakes surveys. I don't feel like I'm saying that wrong, but it sounds wrong. And they'll show you, you know, the data that the DNR has collected. So I'm on the closest lake with the highest number of walleyes today. So I'm check for box number 1. The opportunity is here. 2, find that high probability area. Luckily, it's the middle of the week. I only have a couple hours before I gotta go to work. It's the middle of the week. No one else is on the lake. So I don't have to avoid those areas that are extremely obvious that, you know, the walleyes are gonna be there, because there's not gonna be 100 boats there like there would be on the weekend. So on the weekend, you're gonna avoid some of these spots. You're gonna try to find those specific little areas, those little shelves, the little flats, where it's gonna be less pressured. And you know, that doesn't always equal success. So today, I'm definitely gonna be able to head to 1, 2 of my highest probability spots on this lake, and hopefully that means I'll be successful, right? Like, there's definitely walleyes on these 2 shelves that I just saw another musky porpoise, just fins across top of the water. It's so cool. Can't wait. 2 more weeks and we'll be out for muskies. But like I said, high probability areas. 3, use your electronics. Use them to their fullest potential. Side scan if you have to, down scan, find the spot on the spot. Make sure you're finding, so I'm gonna go down to this shelf. I'm gonna side scan it until I see exactly what I'm looking for, whether that's I see fish or I see that rock pile that I wanna fish, whatever it may be. I'm going to be on the spot. Like, I know there's a massive sand shelf down here. I'm not just gonna pull up on it, anchor, and, you know, drag Lindy's. I'm gonna scan it 2 or 3 times, find the spot I want to be on it. So make sure you're using electronics to their fullest potential, using your mapping, using side scanning if you have it, just going over it with your down scans and find those humps and rocks, mark them, and cast on them. Finally, you want to make sure everything is in your favor. You don't want to be out here, I mean, let's be real, even I got skunked out here today, it's still better than sitting at home. But in general, you have a lot of other responsibilities. Don't be leaving those responsibilities behind. Go to the lake and get skunked. Make sure you're coming out on high probability weather days, things like that. I am not doing that today. We just had a massive storms come through and cold fronts come through, and now the pressure's rising. These fish are going to be quite lethargic. So I'm going to be throwing live bait at them, Lindy rig, and then just a jig and wrap. So I'm going to be trying to locate fish on the electronics, and I'm going to target them with live bait. So hopefully that means success. So that's the plan for today. It was a long explanation, but I hope it, a lot of it's obvious. Go to the lake that has walleyes and fish on where you think they would be. Like, it sounds stupid, but in general, if you're matching 3 out of these 4 things, you should have success in a small period of time. So the biggest hint, the thing that a lot of people don't know about is, checking those fishery surveys or your local bait shops. The old man rumor mill is one of the best tips and tricks that you could ever have. Make sure you're asking questions when you go in these local bait shops and stuff. Or maybe there's a little hidden pond that's got just chock full of walleyes, and they're willing to let you know where it's at. So that's not the case today. We're on a quite large lake, but hopefully we can make it happen. I caught no walleyes on opening weekend once again, and walleyes have been a pain in my side for quite a while. So hopefully we can break the curse today, catch a couple of them here. We got about 3 hours now. I don't know where I set my phone. I think we got about 3 hours as of right now to go catch some fish, get back to the boat landing, and then go to work. So that's catching walleyes in crunch time, and you got a couple hours, you want to go catch some walleyes, that's what I would do. That's what I'm doing today. So make sure you're checking those fishery surveys, you're going to the spot on the spot, and you're using your electronics to their fullest potential. Look at these guys. Such a beautiful day today. This is about as windy as it should get today, according to the weather app. Fingers crossed. When we were out here opening weekend, it was 30-mile-an-hour winds. It was ridiculous. Let's head to the first spot. There's a shelf down here I'm gonna scan with the side imaging, and then we'll work our way back up to the north here where the water's a bit warmer if we're seeing nothing down there. So let's get after it. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. This is the way she rolls sometimes. I knew it was going to be really tough this morning with the storms we just had roll through and then the pressure climbing today. I knew the fish weren't going to be biting, but I really thought I was going to hook up on one. I definitely found the spots I wanted to be on, big sand flats with rock transition lines, the textbook stuff you're looking for when you're fishing for a walleye. I dropped down the jig and wrap a couple times. I drug a rubber jig across with just like a head. And of course, you guys saw, for the most part, I was pulling that Lindy rig with a leech on it. And man, not even like a for sure bite. That's incredible to me. It's kind of ridiculous that I've caught more muskies than walleye in the last couple of years. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I'm doing all the textbook things you need to do to catch some walleyes, and they are just not cooperating with me. But that's besides the point. Today, I did everything one should do to catch some fish when you don't have a lot of time to do it. And at least I got the skunk out of the boat. That's the number one thing. That's my first fish of the year, that little northern. Step in the right direction. In reality, though, the next few weeks are going to be awesome. I'm really excited for Minnesota opener. We always catch some pretty good bass on Minnesota opener because it's a week later and the lakes are 5 to 10 degrees warmer already. So that's what I'm looking forward to, those 60, 65 degree lakes. All the fish are turned on. The bass are up in the shallows. It's about to be a really good time here. So, with all that being said, I'm going to keep this outro short and sweet. I hope you guys have the best of luck this year. Good luck chasing whatever you're chasing. And without further ado, make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you on the water.